Have you noticed more and more of your friends ordering IPAs, also known as India Pale Ales? What are those? How did this become a thing? Have they been brewing beer in India for a long time? Hi, I'm Jay, and this is one of my favorite stories from history. It deals with politics, history, economics, chemistry, and most important, it's about beer. So around 1780s, and even before that, the British government occupied a very large portion of the known world. You may be familiar with this already, but this is commonly called the Triangle Trade. So raw materials from the Americas, Caribbean, and India were sent to Europe and England. Manufactured goods were sent from Europe back to the colonies, North and South America, the Caribbean, and India. And then slavery from Africa was sent to the colonies, mostly in the Americas, Caribbean, and South America. The last portion known as the Middle Passage. This is how finished goods, people, and yes, even beer ended up in India. This is the route took up to 6 months from start to finish, and you had to cross the equator twice. So keep in mind, as this beer is being shipped from England to India, it's crossing the equator with no refrigeration. So you have a beer in the hull of a ship traveling across the equator twice, and no way to keep it cool. So once it arrives after 6 months on the ship, it's probably not going to be good anymore. As a matter of fact, it wasn't. So what can be done? This guy, George Hogsden, has a brilliant idea. So instead of sending the troops their typical porters that they were ordering, he takes a lighter pale ale and adds a whole bunch of these little guys. The answer is hops. So hops are what gives beer its traditional flavor. And the thing about them, this is where the chemistry comes in, is they're a natural preservative. So to recap, technology, trade routes, and were causing the beer to go bad en route to India. In response, brewers like George Hogsden in England added hops to help prolong the viability and drinkability of beer. Since the beer was sent to the British troops in India, it's called India Pale Ale. What we're drinking today is the result of early global trade, economics, and a lack of refrigeration from 300 years ago. If you enjoyed this story, comment below and come back to see soon and learn how bourbon brought us horse racing to Kentucky and moonshine gave us NASCAR across the country. Thanks.